Hello, my beautiful Feather Tribe. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I am an empath as well as an intuitive tarot reader here on YouTube. I am thrilled to do this reading for you today. We are going to be looking at the biggest growth opportunities for you right now. So it's going to be hopefully a very, very insightful reading. And as you can see, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We're going to start off with pile number 1, which is also accompanied by this beautiful desert rose. Then we're going to move on to pile 2, which we also have attached a topaz to. I hope it's topaz. I may be mistaken because I always forget the name of the stone, but I think it's topaz. So that's pile 2. And finally for pile 3 we have blue lace agate. So there we go. So yeah, the reading is going to be quite a simple one. We're first going to look at the energy that you are in right now, so it can kind of help you make sense whether you are watching the right pile or not. And then we are going to do the tarot portion and move on to where the biggest growth opportunities are for you in your current situation. And then we're going to finish the reading off with some messages that are kind of new to my channel, so I'm very excited to show you that. But yeah, so now you know how the reading is going to go. So take your time whenever you feel like you know which pile you should watch or which pile draws you towards itself the most. Then go ahead and click on the timestamp that you need. You can find those listed in the description box and jump straight to your reading. But if you don't know how to choose, just take a few deep breaths, calm yourself, calm your mind, try and tune everything out that is like a distraction around you, and try and feel if there is a certain number that pops into your head, or if you just get a nudge or some sort of inkling that this is your pile and that's the one that you should watch. There are several ways that the piles or that your intuition can let you know which pile is your pile, but yeah, it's usually one pile that is the most accurate for you. And then if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can of course watch those too, but there may be some more minor messages there that are probably not as accurate, or you know, just like bits and pieces. But anyway, I will leave it up to you. You can watch as many as you like. And yeah, that's it. So happy choosing, and whenever you're ready, I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You guys chose the desert rose stone for your reading, and we are going to leave those cards. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put them out of the frame for now so we would have more space. I'm going to keep the stone over here, and we are going to actually start off with these oracle cards to get a glimpse into what you are currently dealing with. But before we dive into the cards, we are actually going to do something different this time. So let me introduce you to this massive, I can't even get it in the frame normally because it's huge. We have this huge jar of messages. I made this jar myself. Well, not the actual jar, but you know, the messages. And it was again an intuitive process for me, and I felt called to do this. It's been a while, but I finally got around to actually making the messages happen. So we are going to test these bad boys out today, and yeah, we're gonna see. We're going to actually choose the messages now for your reading, pile number 1. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What Spirit wants you to know regarding your reading, but we're going to leave those till the very end. So let's see. Okay, I feel like this one wanted to come also. And let's see if we can get 1 or 2 more. Ah, there we go. Okay. There we go. So those are your messages, pile one, but we are going to leave them until the very end and see what we can find out about. Oh, hang on. I don't want to see what Spirit has to say to you at the end of the reading. Anyway, so let's get straight into the oracle cards now and see what it is that you are actually dealing with right now. Okay, we're starting off with Never Ending Story. We also have Progression's Journey. This card comes out so often for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, cool. I just noticed we have a clock here. Well, this is an hourglass in and of itself, but there is a little heart-shaped clock here too. And we have a clock here too. We also have Chameleon Spirit, Act As If. We have New Moon in Pisces, Meditate and Contemplate. And finally, we have Milk and Honey. Okay. So pile one, I'm getting a message of deep inner discontent with you. I'm not even going to like beat around the bush in any sense. Things in your life are not exactly as you want them to be. The dreams that you had for yourself have either not manifested or they haven't turned out exactly as you planned and exactly as you envisioned them. So in a sense, it's like time keeps going on, time keeps going forward, and you are sort of stuck in that like discontent, or that feeling of discontent never seems to go away. But at the same time, it's like you're trying to mask it, or like as it almost seems like you're trying to convince yourself that things are a lot better than they actually are, or that you are happier than you actually are. I'm looking at this Chameleon Spirit, Act As If. And this is an energy of pretense. Now, whether this is a pretense that you are doing for other people, that you don't want others to see how unhappy you are, or how disappointed you are, or how much within yourself you actually feel like a failure, or like you haven't done what you set out to do, or you haven't achieved what you have set out to do. Or whether this pretense is to yourself. I guess it could be a bit of both, to be honest. It just feels like there are some deeper underlying issues that are causing this dissatisfaction in you, or that are causing this sense of like lack, or the sense of something being missing, or like you are not fully fulfilled by your life as it is right now. And with this meditate and contemplate, it does tell me that you are trying, and you have been trying, to find what it is that is causing this dissatisfaction. You're trying to make sense of it, find some sort of answer, some sense of direction, which way you should go, what you should do about it, how you could actually turn the situation around. But with this Progression's Journey card, it feels like this has been a very like long-standing thing, or it's something that you have been sort of cycling through again and again and again. Like with this never-ending story, as I said, I noticed that both of these cards are portraying a clock. So it does tell me that the cyclical nature of time is definitely getting to you. And that's one of the things that you seem to be battling with here, is that the progression of time seems to be adding to the stress that you are feeling, almost making you feel like you are running out of time, or like there is not that much time left for you to actually turn things around, turn the situation into your favor, or one where you would be happy, or turn the situation in your favor somehow. Like with this milk and honey, I feel like that's what you're truly ultimately after. And I mean, that's what we are all after, right? To find that sense of like happiness, joy, fulfillment, all of that good stuff. That's why we're here. That's why we go through all of this shit that life throws our way, right? Because we hope that that's what we will sort of get to at the end of it. But I also feel with this milk and honey that this could be talking about a sense of like indulgence, or almost a form of escapism, where you are like masking this dissatisfaction that you are ultimately feeling with very short-term pleasurable things that help you in the moment forget about how unhappy you are. This could be alcohol, this could be drugs, this could be sex, this could be shopping, this could be food, this could be other people's company, whatever it is. But it definitely feels like there is some sort of like masking process that is happening, and I feel like internally you are massively battling this sense of like constantly arriving at the same sort of empty feeling, or this same sort of dissatisfaction that you have been feeling for quite some time. Wow. Yeah. Let's keep going, pile number one. If you're resonating with this, I hope that this didn't come off as any sort of criticism, because it's human nature, and we are all human, and we all do these things to try and cope with the things that we are not happy about in our lives. It's absolutely normal. So yeah, I hope that you don't take this the wrong way, or these messages the wrong way. But if you resonate with this, then definitely keep on watching, and let's see what else we can find out. So next we're moving on to the tarot cards, and these tarot cards are going to show us where you actually have the biggest growth opportunities for you regarding this situation. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. Hang on. I am massively running out of space here. I need to put those... Oh, you can't see them. Okay, let's put them over here then. Okay, that's better. Okay, sorry about that. Let's keep going. We also have the Four of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So the first thing that I'm noticing, which is really interesting, is that this whole energetic row is starting with the Ace of Cups reversed, and it's ending with the Ace of Swords. So you have two aces sort of bookending these cards. And aces generally are all about like a new beginning. They are fresh energy, they are potential. And so I find it really interesting that with the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse, this makes me feel that you are possibly not necessarily taking too much into consideration your true feelings at this time. As we were talking about this milk and honey, it seems that you are almost trying to like drown them out, to suppress and not really deal with where that dissatisfaction is coming from. What is it that makes you feel as though something is missing? With the Ace of Cups, that's the energy of something being missing, your cup not being full. And the cup is all about emotion. So this is about emotional fulfillment. And it's interesting that we also had this new moon in Pisces specifically, which is a water sign. And as a water sign, the notion of emotions is one that is of extreme importance. It's very, very crucial for water signs to be in connection to their emotions, because that's their biggest compass. And so I feel like with the Ace of Cups over here, this is saying that one of the ways in which you could grow is to find out where this dissatisfaction is coming from, to actually tune into your emotions, because this seems like there is a bit of a disconnect from your emotions at this time. And I get it. This is almost like, it seems like the reason why you are doing it, or the reason why you are almost trying to escape your emotions, is because it's just easier, right? Like no one wants to sit in that negative emotional space and feel really heavy and like pulled down, weighed down, dissatisfied, all of those things. So that makes sense, but I feel like these cards here are saying that it would be a really good growth opportunity from this situation, or to get you out of the situation, if you were to actually face your emotions. Because with the Ace of Swords is talking about mental clarity and truth, and being expressive of that truth, even if it is harsh, because the swords suit is never a very particularly gentle suit. And so I think you need truth, because even with this Page of Cups, it's interesting. I was looking at the Page of Cups too, and with both of those cards coming out side by side like this is telling me that your key to success here, that would take you out of this sort of slump, would be honesty, and honesty towards yourself. And because the Page of Cups is one that is talking about vulnerability, this may actually even suggest that reaching out to someone or sharing your true feelings and sharing your emotional turmoil or landscape with someone, that may help you as well. Because with this act as if, as I said, I got the impression that it's not that you are just trying to mask the dissatisfaction from yourself, but you're also trying to make it seem as if everything is okay with you in front of other people as well. And again, it's a very, very normal and human thing to do. No one really wants to come off as like unhappy or like they have failed in their life or whatever. Like no one wants to come across as weak or incapable or something like that. And again, even though you are not actually weak and incapable, you just may feel like you are. So yeah, with the Page of Cups, I feel like actually reaching out to someone, especially with the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is talking about like community, the people in your family, in your like background, or the people who are almost like your support system, who you can always rely on. I feel like really reaching out to them, or letting someone in your close people or in your close circle know what is truly going on with you. Again, with honesty, we have honesty twice here. That seems to be a very, very important thing here. And I mean, even with the Nine of Wands here, again, the message of like you not having to do everything by yourself. The Nine of Wands is a very like independent energy, or one who is trying to like do everything by themselves and sort of stay strong and sort of hold the fort by themselves. But with it coming out in reverse, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you not to do that, not to try and again put on this brave front, again whether to other people or to yourself or both, but instead allow the sort of emotions to come to the surface and allow them to speak to you. Because I feel like otherwise it is going to just keep continuing round and round and round. It's not something that you can just like wish away or escape from. It's something that has to be dealt with. And again, it's not something that you have to deal with by yourself. It's not something that you have to deal with alone, but it is something that is important to acknowledge. And with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, this talks about another kind of like surrender, or another type of release or letting go, but it's talking of one of things that are not actually being worthy of your time, or things that are not actually producing the results that you are after. And so again, I feel like this is saying that the things that you are putting your energy into right now that are not necessarily addressing the issue, but are maybe just trying to mask it up, or that are simply allowing you to like not face the real issue and deal with something else entirely. I feel like sort of relocating your energy, or putting your energy into something else, something that you truly do want to build with this Four of Wands, like making the switch into starting to build a more solid foundation, a more solid way of being for you, like a a safety net for you, if you will, that you could rely on or that you truly want to strive towards, that would be a much better use of your energy. And that's why I feel like the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is here, because it's suggesting that at this time, and only you know what it is, at this time there are activities or places or people that you are putting your energy into that is not actually worth the investment, that is not giving you what you are putting into it. But again, I feel like it requires like brutal honesty on your part to actually even admit to yourself what those things are, and possibly for some of you even to admit that you are doing it in the first place, right? There is some massive like facing the truth within that seems to be extremely important for you to address here, because all of this ultimately comes back to you and what you are missing right now, or what it is that would fill that void in you, that would make you feel happy and satisfied and fulfilled and joyful. And that's the Ace of Cups here. So I feel like in this sense, it is actually one of the most important cards on the table here. And that's really the key to all of this. Because, I mean, we were talking about the Four of Wands as like your foundation and what it is that you're ultimately striving for. But the Four of Wands can also be talking about like celebration and frivolities, right? And so with it coming out with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it could also be tying back to that like overindulgence or trying to forget what the actual issues are. And so it could also be that scaling back on that would possibly be a very good idea too. But ultimately, I feel like what is needed is some time out for you so that you could tune into the real problem, face your emotions, let them come to the surface, and sort of find the truth, find the key of what is going to actually help the cycle of dissatisfaction to come to a close, so that you wouldn't have to go through that again and again and again. And getting to that truth, you may actually benefit a lot from talking to someone, reaching out to someone with this Page of Cups here, and the Four of Wands. Both of these cards are talking about support, as we already went over. So it could be someone that you trust in your sort of intimate group or your close-knit community or something, or your family. Or it could also be a professional. It could be a therapist. It could be a psychologist or a counselor of some sort. It could even be like a mentor or a teacher that you trust. But yeah, I feel like sort of focusing more on the truth of the issue is what is going to ultimately help you out of this situation and give you the most growth. But yeah, those are the messages from tarot, so, and oracle cards. So yeah, I hope it wasn't too much of a bummer, even though I do realize that they were more like serious messages and not, again, as I said, not beating around the bush. But I do feel like they're very, very necessary for you to hear. Now, we do have these messages here, right? So let's get in, let's get into them, see what we have. So these are messages from Spirit, by the way. I don't know if I said it before, but these messages are Spirit's way of like reassuring you or giving you some additional messages that you need to hear. So let's see what we have. We have stay alert. Signs of deception will soon be revealed. Okay, I feel like this deception is again talking about the deception that you are doing to yourself. So ways in which you are not being fully honest with yourself. Again, with this chameleon spirit, right? That act as if. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh my god, okay. Beware of illusions playing tricks on your mind. Don't accept anything at face value. Ask questions. Yes, again, what was I saying? Okay, we get like, we have two messages that are somehow hinting at like illusions, deceptions, that type of thing. And again, it does feel like there is the like masking of true emotions that we were talking about in this reading. So just, I feel like Spirit is bringing your attention back to the fact that the truth is lying somewhere deeper. And so, yeah, asking questions and diving deeper is definitely necessary to make sense of that, the true issue. Okay, we also have When People Show You Who They Are, Believe Them by Maya Angelou. So, yeah, this could also be, okay, this could also be, this whole situation could also have some sort of ties to like other people in your life who are possibly like not as genuine, or that you feel like you can't fully trust. And if that's the case, if you recognize that, then yeah, definitely sort of stay alert, right, as the first message said. But on the other hand, I feel like turning it around into a more positive note, when people are like showing up for you, trying to be there for you, like we saw from the tarot cards, that it would be a good idea for you to like reach out to someone or open up to people and possibly seek help, so that you wouldn't have to deal with all of this by yourself. It could also say that when there are people, good people around you who are trying to be there for you, then like let them in. You don't have to have all of these walls up, like with the 9 of Wands here. You don't have to do all of it by yourself, and that desire to do all of it by yourself could be stemming from some trust issues. So yeah, it could be that it's time to like let go of some of those suspicions and allow truly good people into your life. Okay, we also have Other People's Drama Is Not Yours to Deal With. Cleanse your space. Okay, so clearly there is some sort of issue that that has some other people mixed into this, that may be affecting the dissatisfaction that you're feeling, or that may be affecting your current situation. So if you are in some sort of space where you don't feel happy and where you don't feel fulfilled, and it has something to do with like other people's drama, or other people's toxicity or something like that, and you feel stuck in that, then again, this is saying to like truly face the issues, not to run away from them, and to seek help in finding solutions out of those situations, and really facing what the things are that are making you this dissatisfied or uncomfortable. Oh my God, okay, and we have a really, really positive, sweet message to end the reading with. We have some lyrics from Fleetwood Mac, the song Don't Stop. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone, yesterday's gone. Yeah, so that hopefully gives you some hope for the future, and reinforces the notion that things don't have to be this endless cycle. You can break out of the cycle, and you can make future better than the past. But okay, wow, pile number 1. What a reading again. I hope that it wasn't too heavy and it wasn't too much of a bummer, and that it gave you something useful, something to think about, and something to consider. If that's the case, then please do let me know. You can give me a thumbs up, or you can also leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know that you chose this pile and this pile resonated. It would mean so much to me. And also, if you haven't already, but if you would like to subscribe to my channel so you wouldn't miss out on future readings, definitely don't forget to do that. And also, any information that you may be interested in is in the description box down below, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, pile number 1, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me and for listening to these messages. I hope to see you guys very soon in my next reading, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2. You chose the Topaz stone, at least what I think is Topaz. So we are gonna put it over here. And yeah, I'm super excited to get into your reading. We are going to be starting off with some oracle cards first, to see what kind of energy or situation you are finding yourself in right now. But before we do that, let's turn to this this thing here. So this is a new addition to my channel. This is the thing that I have been working on for several days, and finally this is finished. And these messages that I was channeling, or that just kind of came to me, that are in this jar now, we are going to use those to finish your reading off with messages from the divine. So we're going to see which messages we collect or get from this jar, and we're going to put them on the side, and we're going to read them at the very end of your reading to see what spirit has to say to you. So let's see. Okay, so exciting stuff. What does spirit want pile 2 to know? Okay, let's see if we can get 3 more. Okay, this one. Oh, okay, getting those 2. And one more. Can you get one more message for pile 2? What does spirit want pile 2 to know? Okay, this one. Okay, and we also got this one, so I guess we're keeping it. It fell out. Okay, so these are the messages. Oh, actually, I feel like there are... Okay, you're getting a lot of messages, pile 2. I can already see. We have some stuck here. Yeah. So anyway, those are staying here until the very end of your reading. So you can see them, and yeah. Anyway, those are staying, those are waiting for their turn at the end of the reading. But we're gonna first start off with these oracle cards, as I already said, to look at what it is that you're currently dealing with. Okay, we have building blocks. We have Vesta Hearth. We have Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. We have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. And finally, time for a nap. Okay. So pile 2, I feel like what you are currently dealing with, or your current situation, seems to be somewhat straightforward, I should say, because a lot of these cards are pointing me in one direction. And that direction is that you are clearly working towards making your life exactly what you want it to be. Because we have this building blocks here. We have this make your dreams real card here with the spider spirit, which is like very well known and archetypally the worker image, right? Or the one who like tirelessly weaves sort of their creation or whatever, you know, their webs, right? That's what they that's how they like support themselves and create a solid foundation for themselves. And we also have this hearth with Vesta, and this hearth is telling me that there is this like we see on the image here, right? There is some sort of fire or idea or inspiration that is burning in you, that you are trying to keep alive and that you are cherishing. And I feel like the way that you are doing it is by trying to accomplish whatever this fire is representing for you. Now we also have this North Node card with step out of your comfort zone, and it does tell me that it's something that is not necessarily easy and not necessarily all like fun and play. It could be something that is somewhat scary at times, or pushing you into the unknown and forcing you to be really, really courageous in your steps. But because this is the North Node, again, this is like another one of the confirming cards that is saying that you are definitely moving towards something that you feel called to, or that you feel destined to do. Because the North Node in astrology, that's the point that we are supposed to move towards in a lifetime, and the South Node is the thing that we're supposed to leave behind or move away from, because that's what we already know, that's what we have already experienced, and the North Node is where our new lessons and new experiences and new challenges lie, but they are the things that ultimately take us forward, help us grow and develop. And that's exactly what I see you doing here. You are following your North Star, so to say, trying to make your dreams real, trying to make your soul's calling manifest. But with this time for a nap, it seems to me that you may be pushing yourself way too hard. You could be either, I'm getting two scenarios, you could be like working tirelessly and almost possibly neglecting a lot of other areas of your life, or it could be that you are actually running somewhat out of steam and you are feeling like it's getting a bit too much for you now, or like all of the work and the effort that you have put into this is starting to get taxing, or is starting to take its toll on you. But yeah, with you, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, pile 2. It seems like you have your eye on a vision. It seems like you're holding on to that vision, and you are tirelessly working towards it and trying to make all of the right moves and take all of the right steps to actually get that. But again, it does seem to be quite a challenging process, and one that possibly makes you doubt yourself at times, and possibly even lose yourself in that process as well. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm feeling, pile 2. If you are resonating with that energy, then definitely keep on watching. And let's see with some tarot cards now where you can grow the most, or where are the biggest growth opportunities for you. Okay, yeah, we have the Moon. We have the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. We also have Death with Strength and the 3 of Wands. You are getting quite a few Major Arcana cards here. Half of the cards are Major Arcana. So yeah, it makes sense that we have the North Node energy here, because you're clearly following some sort of a bigger purpose or something like that. Looking at the Moon card here, which starts this whole spread, I can see that there is a certain element of the unknown that does scare you. With the Moon, it's always about confusion. It's always about not being fully sure what you are walking into or what is waiting for you on the other side of the path that you are walking towards. And it can also symbolize like some mysticism or some illusions, and possibly like things not being exactly how they seem on the surface. So it is the energy that requires like utmost courage to go through it. But we also have this Strength card here, and so I feel like the element of courage is something that you are definitely encouraged to embrace. Because I do feel with the 5 of Swords being here as well, right next to the Moon, that your fears may be the one thing that are slowing your progress down the most. That you may get like these very blown out of proportion, negative, drastic, or very, very dramatic scenarios in your head that like slow your progress down, or that may even enhance the fear in you by relying on like some sort of past hurts or past disappointments, like this 3 of Swords here. It's telling me that there may be some like wounds and blows that you have received from your past endeavors, or that there are some sort of insecurities possibly that that you are sort of having to battle with. But because both of those cards, the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords, are coming out, they are both sword cards. So this tells me that this is all in the mind. This is all in the air element. And so, especially next to the Moon card here, it tells me that it might be more of like your fantasy being at play or your imagination being at play rather than the truth of what you are actually facing. And especially because the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords, in between them we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is a standstill energy, and I feel like that is really what is slowing you down here, and that's what you should sort of try to overcome, especially with this Death card. The Death card is sometimes scary to people, but the Death card is truly about a transformation. It's about letting something old and obsolete or unnecessary die so that something new and more beneficent could take its place. So I feel like with the Death card being here right next to the Three of Swords, this is telling me that those fears, and especially if you are the one who is being like hostile towards yourself or feeding these negative thoughts to yourself, those thoughts need to be transmuted. They need to be changed into another way of seeing things. And because we have the Strength card right next to it, this tells me that you should sort of turn these past experiences on their head, and instead of seeing those as something that could go wrong or something that could fail you or end up messing some things up for you, you could see them as situations in which you have survived, in situations which you have become stronger and more knowledgeable, more mature, more experienced, right? All of the past things that you have gone through, they have led you to this point, and they have been necessary to get you to where you are right now. So I feel like building yourself up, building your confidence up, and building your trust in yourself up, that you can face these uncertainties and these new horizons, right? Even if the path ahead is not 100% clear for you, building up that trust that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacles and keep going and persist on that journey is what is really going to help you level up to new heights. Because with the Three of Wands here, this is talking about success. This is talking about achievement and expansion and broadening your horizons, sort of branching out, right? And because it's coming out right next to this Strength card here, I do feel like what this is saying is that keep the momentum going. That's the best thing that you can do here, because with this time for a nap, it does feel like there is some aspect of you that is almost like tempting you to slow down or tempting you to put a stop on things, to put a stop on this progress. And it could very well be because of this North Node card here. It could be that you are afraid of what's coming, or you are afraid of this, the unknown, the unexpected. But looking at these cards, it's clear to me that there is actually no need for you to be worried and to be afraid. And because of this Three of Wands, this could also talk about like seeking some like business partners or seeking some assistance, someone who would help you work towards that goal, and possibly even seeking assistance from like overseas or from someone or somewhere that you haven't possibly like tried before. Or yeah, it seems like there is some sort of leveling up that is necessary here, or to keep pushing forward, because it seems like on your own, it could be that the sort of the pressure is getting to you, or the fears are somewhat getting to you, the uncertainty is getting to you. And even though, because we have this Strength card here, I do feel that you could in truth do it on your own as well. I feel like you are strong and capable enough. But because of the Three of Wands, this may just be like a little bit of extra assistance for you, or something to take the weight off of you, and something that would make the process a bit more easy on your sort of mental well-being as well. So yeah, I feel like considering other people or considering incorporating other people into whatever this thing is that you're working towards, it may be a good idea. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here, pile number 2. I hope that these messages made sense, and I hope that they were useful to you. But we are not done with the reading just yet. We still have these messages to go through. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know, what Spirit has to say. Okay, we have things change and friends leave. Life doesn't stop for anybody. This is a quote from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and this was said by Charlie. So yeah, with this things change, I feel like that's the main thing here, because we had this death card here as well, and death is all about embracing change and going with the flow and allowing things to transmute and allowing the old to die, the sort of the unnecessary baggage to fall away, so that you could have more space and more freedom to dive into the new things. So yeah, just sort of, I feel like it's a really good reminder that like things never stay the same. So you might as well go with the flow and embrace what life has to bring you and be an active participant in that, rather than trying to hide from everything that is happening. And even though I don't actually feel that you are hiding from life, but it just seems like this process of you chasing your dreams or trying to make something work that you feel called to work towards, it could be sort of getting to you now, that process. It could be getting to you, and doubt may be creeping in, especially if like you haven't fully accomplished everything that you set out to accomplish just yet. But yeah, anyway, so let's see what else Spirit has to say. Oh my God, blessings are on their way to you. Get ready to receive. See, like that's what I mean by this 3 of Wands. This 3 of Wands is exactly that's why the cards are saying to keep the momentum going, to keep pushing forward, because you are getting the rewards that you were hoping for. They are coming if you keep working towards those. So don't lose faith, don't lose sight of those. The 3 of Wands is a very, very promising and a very prosperous card, because it does signify that, like the classic terms, your ships are coming in, right? Like you are going to be seeing results for your hard work. So again, keep the momentum going. That's what I feel like is the most important thing here. We also have trust in your intuition and the messages it's giving you. It's highly attuned at the moment and will not lead you astray. Yeah, so trust your intuition. I mean, we had the moon here as well, and the moon can also be talking about like psychic abilities and your intuition, especially because, as I said, the moon always brings about an energy of like not really seeing where the road takes you, but like having to go down the road and sort of trust that you are able to get through it. And that's really all about your intuition, right? If you can't use your eyes to see what's ahead, you have to tune into your other senses, your more primal senses that sort of let you know what to do and alert you of any dangers and everything like that. So yeah, trusting your intuition and following what you are sort of pulled towards, and following your gut, even if you don't necessarily know what is coming or where this whole path is leading you. I feel like that is, as Spirit says, something that will massively help you as well. Okay. Yeah, see, we have a quote by George Costanza from Seinfeld. And it says, I don't want to be remembered, I want to be forgotten. So this tells me of the fear. This quote is symbolizing fear and lack of self-trust, which again, we're coming back to the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords here. It's clear to me that there is some sort of mental block in place that you are like battling with, and that is sort of trying to get the best of you. But again, if you are able to push past it with this death card, right? Push past it and turn the situation on its head so that you would reinforce yourself that all of the things that you have gone through that possibly have been like difficult situations or problems in the past, you are a lot stronger for having gone through those things. So again, turning that situation around, and it's clearly very, very important to oh my god, I can't speak. Mercury retrograde, I swear, it always gets to me. It's very important to like enhance the sense of self-belief in yourself. Okay, we have another quote by Malachi McCord. Resentment is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. So yeah, again, I feel like if there are any past sort of hurts or past disappointments or anything like that, especially because of the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords, it tells me that there is something that may still be like festering inside of you, where like maybe other people have taken advantage of you, or you have been put in a somewhat like compromised situation, and that situation may still be weighing heavy on you. It may be still affecting you. So again, I feel like it's actually time to let it go, and it might be part of the reason why you are trying to do all of it by yourself if you don't necessarily trust people to help you, or you don't it could be that there is a lack of trust, and why you are sort of not really wanting to like reach out to people. But with the Three of Wands, again, I feel like it is actually something that would help you immensely, and what would help you get to that point so that you would be able to more easily reach out to people and accept other people's contributions would be to like transmute those thoughts and transmute those past resentments or disappointments that you may still be holding on to. So again, just something to consider here. And the last message that we have: speak with confidence. What you have to say matters. Again, so this is, again, a message of like trying to make you feel more confident about yourself and increase your sense of self-belief, which I feel like is one of the biggest messages here. Because again, ultimately what Spirit is saying is that if you keep going, you will see some really, really great results. But I feel like you may have hit some sort of a wall here, where your sort of the work that you have done already may have like, again, taken a toll on you. And especially if you are seeing like more obstacles, more of this uncertainty rather than like the results that you were hoping to see, then it may be really slowing you down and again activating those fears. But the truth is that I feel like there is so much capability within you, and Spirit is just wanting you to keep going, wanting you to pursue that dream of yours, and trust that what you do is important, and trust that what you are feeling is important, and yeah, to have more faith in yourself and in what you're doing. So hopefully these messages offered you a sense of like support and reassurance to help you keep going and to not give up, like we see here with this energy, right? To not give up and to not abandon the mission or to slow your roll, even if you feel like you really want to. I feel like it would be the counterproductive thing to do, and it would really slow down the momentum that you have been building up. So keep going. And if you feel like it's a bit too much for you, then seek assistance where you can. But yeah, pile 2, wow, what a reading. I hope that you enjoyed it, or at least that it was useful to you. If that's the case, please let me know. You can give me a thumbs up, or you can leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know that this resonated for you. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to see more readings in the future, then definitely don't forget to subscribe and join my Feather Tribe. But that's it from me. Please take care of yourselves, pile 2. I hope I get to see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. You chose this adorable blue lace agate, and yeah, I hope that you are all doing really well and you're excited for the reading. Now, we are going to put these cards on the side for now because we're going to keep those for the tarot portion, and we are first going to start off with the oracle cards that will show us what it is that you are dealing with right now. But before we get to those, we are actually going to be doing something new on my channel. This is the message of or the bowl of messages that I created, even though it's a jar, so I should say it's a jar of messages. I have created this bad boy and it took me quite a few days to do it. So these messages, I channeled them. They just came to me, and yeah, so we are going to be using those to see which messages Spirit has for you regarding your situation, regarding your reading, and what you need to know. So we're going to pick out a few of these messages and we are going to keep them on the side until we are done with all of the card messages. So we're going to read those at the very end of the reading. Okay, we have 2 here. Let's see, let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. We have 1, 2, and okay, one more. This one. Okay. So we have these messages. I'm actually going to put those over here because otherwise they will sort of get in the way. But I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Anyway, okay, we'll keep them here. So let's get back to the cards now and see what it is that you are actually dealing with. So let's see. Okay, we have co-create. We have Scorpio investigate. We have frog spirit clear out the clutter. We have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. And finally, we have clean it up. Okay. So let me see if I can put the cards in a somewhat better position here. So pile number 3. I feel like at this time you are in a place where some of the old ways of doing things and your old routines, or the things that are sort of in place and have been in place in a certain way for a long time, I feel like you're sort of sick of them now. And you are going through some pretty big inner and outer transformations, which are allowing you to take some time out from constantly like pushing forward and striving towards new things, and instead like make sense of what it is that you are dealing with in the here and now, what it is that is worth keeping and maintaining and nurturing for the future, and what it is that has sort of done its time, that has served its purpose, and that doesn't necessarily do anything for you anymore and is just taking up space pretty much. And so it almost seems like you are going through this like massive spring cleaning, energetically speaking, where you are possibly realizing, in regards to some things, it could be that you are possibly realizing these things for the first time in years or maybe even decades, that you are not that keen on something anymore, or maybe even someone. This could talk to, or this could be talking about, again, like pretty much all areas of your life. It could be talking about your job. It could be talking about your place of residence or where you live. This could be talking about your marriage or your committed relationship, or whatever like romantic situation you are in. This could be talking about your current friends or your current social activities that you are a part of, or, you know, whatever it is, your current hobbies. It could really be talking about like any and every part of your life. But it seems like at this time you have arrived at a place where you realize that you don't want things to continue the way that they have. Some things need to change. Some things need to be shifted around. And so it's almost like you are actively partaking in clearing out your life. I mean, we have two cards here, right, which are pretty much like the most important cards here that are talking of this process of you like ditching the things that are not important and keeping the things that are important. But with this co-create, it seems that this is like a very, very invested process of yours. So it's not that like life is just doing the corrections for you. You are very much actively playing a part in shaping your life and shaping your future for sort of what's to come. But it does seem like with the Scorpio energy that you are diving a lot deeper than maybe you have ever in your life before. This is that like deep underbelly energy that most of us don't really want to look at for as long as we possibly can. We always want to like postpone facing the really like the deep, the dark, the like gruesome details of our lives that we are not necessarily too proud of and not necessarily too happy about or content with. So yeah, it seems like you are in the space where instead of pushing forward and making things happen and like trying to progress, you have halted your process or your progress for the time being, and realize that there has to be some clearing up of space, and that's what you were doing. That's what it seems like. And again, even though I do feel like a lot of it is your own initiation, there is definitely an element of the universe sort of making some changes for you as well, because we have this co-create. So it's not just that you are solely creating, but the universe is also in this process with you. And so with this time to take time to breathe out, it could also be that some of these changes that the universe is making for you, you may have a harder time accepting, or you may have a harder time letting go of. But I do feel like it's necessary to flow with that process and to sort of allow these changes to happen, because clearly it's time. But let's see from these tarot cards now, what are the biggest growth opportunities for you in this situation that you're currently in. So if you resonated with these messages, then definitely keep on watching. And let's see. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the World. Funny. We also have the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Wow, we have the Ten of Cups. Oh, and the Two of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's start with these cards now. So we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the World, and we have the Eight of Swords. First, I'm looking at these three cards here. The thing that I'm noticing is how this World energy, the only major arcana that you have here, and major arcana always speaks about like massive shifts and like bigger energies that are sort of at play and that have a life-altering potential to them. So with it being boxed in like that, I feel there is an element here where you may be trying to like keep alive some of the things that are possibly like in place, or that are sort of keeping you more stuck, but that you may have a hard time letting go of, and also like balancing out this welcoming in of the new and ushering in new energy. With the Two of Pentacles, it does tell me that that's what you are sort of trying to like harmonize or balance out. But I am getting the sense with this Ace of Swords, especially because it's right next to the Four of Cups as well, that there could be some things in your life that are not really fulfilling you, that are not actually serving any purpose, but you don't really know how to like be without them or how to let them go. And I feel like figuring out how to let them go, because especially with the World, this is all about like closing the door on past chapters, stepping into something new. Like we see here with the fish, right? Like something has to go in order for something new to come in. And I feel like it's important for you to like sort of, how should I say, focus on the world energy here and focus on like seeing those things that are keeping you stuck for what they truly are. Because even looking at the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups, it tells me that with the Ten of Cups being here, it tells me that some of the things that you are letting go at one point, they possibly did make you feel really, really happy, really fulfilled. They were a sense of, or a source of joy and fulfillment and satisfaction for you. But with the Four of Cups, it's almost like that has like staled, or that has lost its flair, lost its flavor. And like in between the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups, there is a Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is all about like reminiscing, and it's about nostalgia, and it's about like the good old days that have gone past now. And so I feel like there is a bit of a risk, or a bit of a threat for you to get like caught in those, to get stuck in those memories and to get stuck in that reminiscing. But I feel like if you are able to like see those situations for what they are and keep in mind what you are truly seeking now, or what would truly make you happy now, then I feel like that's one of the areas where you can definitely grow. Because even here, we have the Ten of Cups and we have the Two of Cups. And both of those are talking about like finding that sense of contentment and satisfaction, like in something or with someone. Feeling like, okay, this is what I'm here for. This is what life is all about. This is the reason why I want to be alive and why I want to experience life. And with the Two of Cups, I am also like, again, brought back to this co-creation energy here, where like, yes, this could be talking about like you and sort of someone else, someone who like matches your energy perfectly and who like complements you. But it could also be talking about you and your higher self, or you and your spiritual team, or you and the universe, right? Or you and God, whoever you believe in. And this is just that energy of like you working together in perfect harmony to create the happiness that you truly seek. But again, in between these two cards with the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is, again, a card of like walking away and letting go of the things that no longer serve you. And so again, in order for you to achieve a dream that you truly want and that truly would fulfill you now, you have to let go of a dream that once was, but that doesn't emotionally fulfill you anymore. And I feel like it could be somewhat difficult because we have this Eight of Swords. So there could be this like mental perception regarding something that has been a part of your life for a very long time, like with this Four of Cups, that is feeding into you the notion that you can't do without it, or you may deem something a lot more important than it really is. And so pushing yourself out of that space, or allowing yourself to like change that notion or change that belief in yourself with the world here, I feel like is one of the areas that, or one of the aspects that would really help you grow and develop a lot past this situation that you are in right now. Because with all of these like relationship energies, it does tell me that there are potentially relationships in your life that are like keeping you stuck somehow, or that are not allowing you to progress and move forward the way in which you really should, or the way in which you really want to, I should say. And so allowing yourself to make space for allowing yourself to make space for true happiness, and walking away from the relationships and the situations that, again, have like served their purpose, served their time, is what's really going to help you get to that more fulfilled and elevated spot. And finally, I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, this is almost like I'm getting a message of like advice or support, that if you are able to like find ways or find the means that support you through this, that help you stay afloat, that help you stay balanced as things are changing. Because both with the Two of Pentacles and the World, both of those talk about change, like something in a traditional Two of Pentacles card. There are actually like massive waves that are lashing about behind the person at the front who is juggling these two pentacles. It's talking of like constant flow and constant change and being in like flux to try to adapt to what is happening. And so learning to adapt to the changes, especially because the World, as I said, this is major arcana, this is that big energy. This is the energy of the universe, the thing that is not necessarily in your control, but in the divines. And so trying to like balance yourself and trying to keep yourself afloat and harmonized with those changes that are outside of your control, that is something that is definitely going to help you move through that situation with more ease, rather than get stuck and want to attach or want to latch on to something that is best let go of. And so yeah, I feel like you can also find support in other people, or in like your closest trustees, the relationships that you do want to keep in your life and that you do want to continue. The ones that are not just draining your energy are or not like keeping you stuck in something. So yeah, there are different ways in which you can, like, again, keep yourself balanced, keep yourself afloat, or keep yourself supported. But ultimately, I feel like the main message here is to go with the flow, to go with these changes, and to adapt to those and embrace these new energies. Because again, the things that you are letting go of, those are making space for some truly, truly fulfilling and amazing relationships and situations and circumstances to come about in your life. So yeah, wow. Pretty cool messages, pile 3, I have to say. But let's now dive into these last messages from Spirit to see what they have to say regarding your reading. We have, remember what you're striving for. Don't waste energy on trivial pursuits. Yeah, again, exactly what the cards of like getting rid of the clutter are saying, right? Don't waste energy on trivial pursuits. So don't put energy and effort into things that don't deserve it and that don't give you anything back in return. So remember what it's all for. Remember what you ultimately desire, right? And allow the changes to happen. We also have, your faith is being tested. Hold on. Yeah. So again, as I said, with this disseminating moon, some of these changes that the universe is doing for you, because not all of it is in your control, they may like push you off balance a bit, or they may be difficult for you to handle. But again, I feel like with this, Spirit is saying that everything is happening according to plan, and don't lose faith, don't lose hope in the things that are happening, because they are happening for your highest good. Even though this like clearing out process is definitely not easy, it's definitely not a simple thing to go through, but have faith. We also have, there are more than one paths to your dream. So yeah, even though, oh my God, I feel like this is way too perfect. Even though the things that you were like set on or hoping for, some of those things may be stripped away from your life right now. But again, it doesn't mean that like some things are never going to come true, or some things are like ruined. It could be that Spirit is bringing in a new path for you, or a new way, and it's ultimately still going to take you exactly where you want to go. So yeah. Okay, wow. We also have a quote from one of my favorite movies. It's The Usual Suspects, and this is a quote by Roger Verbilkint. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Yeah, so this to me is talking about that devil inside of us that that like claws, that pushes its claws into us, and that is almost like invisible, or we can sometimes be a slave to something, or we can sometimes be attached to something without even knowing that we are attached to it, or that we are powerless in the face of it, or we have like given our power away to something, right? That's the devil energy. And so like convincing yourself or believing that you don't have any such attachments, or that you are truly free of any controlling forces or disempowering forces or something like that, and that you have full power over your life, when in truth you may have some weaknesses, or you may have some things that are keeping you stuck with this Ace of Swords here. That's like one of the biggest sort of traps that we can fall into. That's one of the biggest pitfalls for us. So I feel like with this, Spirit is almost like calling you out a bit, calling you out in the best sense possible, that like there could be some attachments that you are not actually admitting to yourself. You may think that you are sort of above them, or that you are not dependable on them, but in truth there are some sort of cords in place that are ruling your decision making a lot more than you think. So again, if the universe decides to take those things away from you, then trust that it's ultimately for the best course for you. Okay, and finally, we have a quote by Sophia Petrillo from The Golden Girls. "Jealousy is a very ugly thing, Dorothy, and so are you in anything backless." Yeah, I love that quote. And yeah, the main quote, or the main thing about this is obviously about jealousy. So if you are feeling jealous, or if you are feeling envious of something or someone, feeling like someone has it better than you, or like you are in, like you are in somehow in a worse state, or in a worse off state than someone else is, it's actually reinforcing that like mentality of lack, feeling like, like something is missing, or like something, like you don't have enough and you will never have enough, or like, it's that lack mentality that is a really, really tricky thing to get out of, but it's a very necessary thing to get out of, because being in that lack mindset is only going to produce even more lack, and it's only going to like keep you in that state for longer. But as soon as you start like embracing the opportunities and the abundance around you, then that is going to start like duplicating more in your life as well. And so, yeah, I feel like this dissatisfaction that some things are bringing you, but that you may have a hard time letting go of, it may stem from a feeling of lack, or having a lack mindset. And again, it's in no way a criticism. We all go through those ideas or those thoughts at times, because we are only human. And sometimes the things that we go through in life, they get to us, and it's absolutely okay. But trying to not get lost in those thoughts, and trying to keep yourself in a space where you realize that the universe is abundant and there are infinite opportunities around you if you just open up to them. That's what is really going to help you make the most of those opportunities and open up to those opportunities. So yeah, I feel like this is almost a little bit of a cautionary, or not even a cautionary, but it's just like letting you know that if you are getting stuck in the fear of those changes that are happening, again, the ones that you are not initiating yourself, then don't get stuck in that trap of like getting in that lack mindset, or feeling like things are not going to come and replace the things that the universe has removed from your life, right? Or feeling like someone else has it so much better, seemingly, because you are going through that like purification process where things may be stripped away from you. So yeah, just be mindful of that. But all in all, I feel like the universe is really saying that everything is right where it should be. Everything is exactly how it's meant to be. Things are following a divine plan and order, and just allow things to fall away that need to fall away, and embrace the new and the things that really bring you the potential of having real, fulfilling, amazing emotions. But pile number 3, what a reading. I had so much fun delivering these messages, even though, again, they weren't necessarily all fun, but hopefully it came across as reassuring, because that's what I feel like these messages are truly saying. So hang in there, pile number 3. I realize that this may be a tricky time for you, but everything is going to be working out exactly as it's meant to. And have faith in yourself and have faith in the universe, and you will be absolutely fine. But thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed these messages or if you resonated with them, you can leave me a thumbs up, or you can also leave me a comment down in the comment section letting me know that this was your reading. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to see you here for future readings too. And any other information that you may need is in the description box, so check that out if you are interested. But other than that, if I don't see you in any of the other piles, please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.